Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Laurel Seymour, CFMA's Executive Assistant and Governance Liaison, and we'll have a few members of our team also speaking with us today. And we'll be sure to send a copy of this presentation afterwards to everyone who registered, and a recording will also be posted on our website. If you have any questions as we're going through, please feel free to post them in the chat, and we'll wait to the end to answer them. As we go through, you're going to learn a lot about us, and we'd like to get to know some about you that are joining us. So we're going to put a poll up on the screen so you can let us know how long you've been a member of CFMA. All right, it looks like everyone may have had a chance to answer. All right. Share the results so you can all see. It looks like we have a very good amount of new members here, and we're so happy to have you join us. And hopefully you can learn a bit about CFMA while you're here. All right, so why volunteer? There are so many reasons to volunteer. Volunteering gives you the opportunity to reinforce the skills you're already building at work, explore and develop new skills, and create additional opportunities to grow. It's a great way to build and strengthen your leadership experience in a supportive real-world setting. Sorry, the wheel isn't working. Getting involved with CFMA is a great way to build your network and connect with peers across the industry. It also gives you the chance to grow and sharpen your skills by contributing in meaningful ways while helping shape the future of the construction financial management community. Our volunteers truly make CFMA what it is. We wouldn't be able to do this work without their time and commitment. There are many different ways to get involved, and today we'll talk through some of those opportunities. Here's a quote from Bryce McDermott, who's CFMA's current treasurer, on the value he's found in volunteering at CFMA, personally and professionally. I'll just give you a chance to read it. All right. When thinking about where and how to volunteer, it helps to consider what you're passionate about, the skills you'd like to develop, what you enjoy doing, and where your strengths are. At CFMA, our goal is to match you with opportunities where you can make a meaningful impact while also growing personally and professionally. There are many areas where you can get involved with CFMA, such as speaking at one of our local, regional, or national events, writing for one of our publications, reviewing and developing content for our education, and serving on one of our various committees that help set the strategic path for the organization. We're going to speak a little bit about each one of these areas today, but if you've already contributed or been involved at some level with CFMA, please feel free to share it in the chat. We'd love to know. First, I'd like to call on Sean Schofield, our Director of Chapter Engagement, to speak on some of the opportunities to get involved at the local level.
Thank you, Laurel. I'm Sean, and I work to support CFMA chapters, and chapters can play an important role in your volunteer journey. So, associations in general create a sense of community and provide meaningful opportunities for connection. And that's true both of CFMA overall and our local chapters. So, each CFMA chapter shares in CFMA's mission and vision while also remaining highly local. So, this allows chapters to focus on topics of particular interest to their members. Topics of particular interest to their members. Sorry, I was looking at my notes there. So CFMA chapters typically have membership and program committees, and many offer additional committees as well. So that might include golf, scholarship, awards committees, and more. Committee involvement can be very flexible. So, for example, a membership committee might have a role that involves simply welcoming people when they arrive at a chapter meeting. Other roles might be more involved, such as, planning content for an entire chapter meeting. And there can also be opportunities to serve as a committee chair or even a board member. So really, there are many ways to get involved at the chapter level. And beyond committees and board roles, chapters often have more flexible ways to get involved. So they might be looking for speakers or someone to lead a class that you have expertise on or to host an event. So chapter committees are a great place to begin your volunteer journey with CFMA, but they're not the only option. So you don't always need prior chapter involvement to participate in CFMA-wide committees. And CFMA offers many volunteer opportunities, and we hope that you'll find a way to engage that aligns with your personal and professional goals, as well as your skills and interests. And I do have a little link on finding your chapter if you don't have one already, so I'll share that in the chat now. Thank you, Laurel.
Thank you, Sean. Now I'd like to ask Elizabeth Lackowitz, CFMA's lead instructional designer and facilitator, to talk to you about some of our speaking opportunities.
Thank you. As Laurel had mentioned earlier, getting more involved invites you to consider several questions that also apply to becoming a CFMA speaker. What are you passionate about? Maybe you're also passionate about sharing on that topic. You may be particularly knowledgeable about a specific subject, or maybe you want to improve in an area or a domain, or you want to polish your public speaking skills. CFMA offers you opportunities to speak to your peers in a formal fashion. As Sean stated a moment ago, your chapters conduct regular meetings, many of which can give you a chance to make presentations, and that would establish your credibility locally and demonstrate your expertise. Now, these presentations can include core CFMA courses, presentations that you've developed on your own or with other members, or even moderating and rebroadcasting successful programs to help you ease into the public speaking arena. Success at this level usually paves the way for speaking at regional and annual conferences. CFMA also presents its live online or virtual program all year long. Here, you could present courses from our core curriculum or speak on a webinar or be part of a certificate program. Not only do we provide many chances for you to become a CFMA speaker, we will support you in doing so with several resources. For example, the Speaker Development Toolkit and any materials that have to do with the courses in our core curriculum. And that would include the latest recordings that you can use to help prepare and practice for your presentations. Next slide, Laurel. Thank you. Now, some of you are just getting started in the construction industry, whereas others have several years of success in the industry. And some of you prefer working behind the scenes instead of standing in the spotlight. Well, when it comes to developing educational materials, CFMA has places for everyone to pitch in. We often need pilot testers for new educational programs. After they've been developed by subject matter experts, the on-demand programs in particular need to be tested by the target audience. Pilot testing usually results in you learning, potentially earning CPE credit, and ensuring that CFMA programs meet the rigorous NASBA requirements and CFMA standards for quality. As stated a moment ago, you can submit proposals for webinars, courses, and conference sessions. All presentation proposals are reviewed before acceptance. The Education Webinar Subcommittee and the Conference Program Committee meet regularly to review all the proposals to ascertain whether they meet the high quality standards that members in NASBA expect from CFMA. Feedback is usually given on those proposals to help you or all the presenters refine your programs to meet that rigorous criteria. I've got to say, in my 8+ years at CFMA, I've continuously observed how members generously demonstrate that a rising tide lifts all boats. And they've described the rewards and satisfaction they get from contributing to CFMA's educational initiatives. We would be very happy to work with you in whatever capacity that suits you best to be part of the tide that lifts all boats. Just let us know. Back to you, Laurel.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Now I'm going to ask Sal Marino, CFMA's Director of Communications, to speak regarding the writing and authoring opportunities available.
Thank you, Laurel. All right. So, CFMA Building Profits magazine. This is a point of view that if you're ready to go deeper, This is where you should be. These articles average about 2,500 words, and they cover a whole host of practical topics across construction finance, accounting and reporting, technology, strategy, tax, and much more. A lot on AI right now. It's a great fit if you like writing and you want your name on something with real staying power. We're award winning, and people keep their magazines for a long time. Think less of a quick hot take and more bookmark this for later type thing. If you're not into the whole writing an article thing, we do have other content that is put on our content hub. This is more flexible, lighter lift than a full magazine article, and usually a little bit more timely too, because they can get up a lot quicker. These pieces can be specific to heavy construction, specialty trade, or residential, and they get shared through our online e-newsletters, social media, and on our CFMA content hub. And then the last here is Hey CFMA. This is the most approachable way to jump right in, I think. It's a short videos for our YouTube channel where you share one tip or one process improvement or a hack you might have that helps construction financial professionals work smarter. If you've ever said, I could explain this in 2 minutes, this is your moment, and this is where you would be utilized. So you can record it without a ring light, without a full studio. You can even have cameos from your dogs. I'm not going to stop you. But yeah, so back to you, Laurel.
Well, I actually thought if you want to speak on
I'll
our
just keep
well-being
going.
engagement.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. Community committee. This mission of this group is simple. If you want to help CFMA stay inclusive, a welcoming place where people want to show up and keep showing up, and you care about engagement, belonging, member experience, or helping people feel connected, this is that space. The work can look like idea sharing, light planning, supporting initiatives, or being a sounding board for how you communicate and CFMA communicates to our members. If you're someone who naturally notices who's in the room and who's not, and how that feels, you'd probably be pretty valuable here. The Suicide Prevention and Mental Health Committee. This is for members who care about supporting mental health, they care about reducing stigma, and they care about building practical awareness within our industry. Construction is a high pressure environment, and we're not trying to solve everything overnight. But what we are doing is making it easier for chapters and companies to have the right conversations, share resources, and promote support in a way that feels approachable and real to most members. There's also an option to get involved here at the chapter level as a champion, which basically means you'll bring this effort into your local chapter through awareness, encouragement, and occasional support of education or programming. If your heart is in this work, even if you don't consider yourself an expert, because we're not, your voice matters here. The Next Generation Task Force is a group focused on attracting, supporting, and retaining the next generation of construction financial professionals. If you've ever said to yourself, we need more young talent in our pipeline, or we need to keep people in the profession once they're here, this is the committee doing that work. It's about ideas and action and what helps early career professionals find community. If you're into mentorship, career pathways, leadership development, or just making CFMA feel relevant for where the profession is going, you'll fit right in here. So thanks, Laurel. Back to you now for real.
Thank you, Sal. Right, these on this page are some additional committees within CFMA that are currently actively seeking new members for the upcoming fiscal year. In the Chapter Resource Committee, you'll have an opportunity to develop and revise various tools to assist chapter leaders in leading, organizing, and conducting chapter activities. This group works on chapter benchmarking, chapter leader communications programs, chapter summit, the chapter toolkit, and more. The committee meets monthly for 1 hour with subcommittee commitments of about the same time. The Financial Survey and Benchmark Committee provides input, advice, guidance, and review for the Financial Survey online questionnaire and the Financial Benchmarker, which is the standard for construction firm financials. The Publications Advisory Committee assists in maintaining the high standards of CFMA's building profits content and advertising. As a member of this committee, you get to be a beta tester for all the articles before they go public. Now I'd like to ask Laura O'Connor, CFMA's Director of Membership, to speak on CFMA's member segment committees.
Thank you, Laurel. As Laurel said, I'm going to talk about our membership and our member segment committees. These committees are one of the easiest ways to stay engaged with CFMA while growing your network of construction financial professionals from across the country, all with about an hour a month commitment. The membership committee is open to all CFMA members and focuses on reviewing and shaping our member offerings to ensure we're delivering our members the highest value. Within that group, the Residential Construction Subcommittee is open to members working in residential construction. This team develops targeted resources for the segment, including the Bottom Line's e-newsletter content, the annual conference sessions, webinars, and roundtables. For members who want to engage by industry segment, we also offer the Specialty Trade Committee and the Heavy Construction Committee. Both focus on developing content resources specific to their segment and are a great way to connect with peers facing similar challenges nationwide. Back to you, Laurel.
Great, thank you. All right, now Sue Madden, CFMA's education manager, is going to give you some additional information regarding these two committees.
Hi, everyone. CFMA's Emerging Issues Committee and the Tax and Legislative Affairs Committee are looking for general members. Both committees meet every other month, for 1 hour. The Emerging Issues Committee monitors industry regulation activities. We actually have a new relationship with FASB and the Private Company Council, where we've been asked as a committee to provide direct feedback to these national organizations before they issue any pronouncements. So it's a fantastic opportunity to actually have a seat at the decision-making table. And joining this committee will definitely look, I think, fantastic on a resume. The group also monitors trends such as using AI in the construction financial industry. We discuss what are the best practices, what is being seen across the industry, and we inform our members through Building Profits articles. We hold national webinar if warranted, and conference sessions, or getting even the information out via social media. The Tax and Legislative Committee also meets every other month for 1 hour, and we monitor activities regarding new legislation such as the One Big Beautiful Bill that just passed. We look at the IRS activities and how this is impacting our members. We maintain a forum to identify the issues, estimate their potential impact on the industry, and report on the findings through various outlets throughout CFMA. If either of these committees seem interesting to you, please consider joining. We do have a lot of senior members on the committees who offer a lot of great advice and guidance, which is a nice networking resource to have as well for yourselves. We're definitely looking for new general members, so hope you consider that.
Thank you, Sue. All right, so if any of this sounds interesting, how do you get started? You can go to cfma.org/volunteer opportunities, the link on the screen, choose the area that you're interested in volunteering for or learning more about, and then fill out the form that's included on each of those pages. You can also find more information on all the committees, such as their current chair, vice chair, and their committee charter. Once you submit the form, someone will get in touch with you to follow up regarding your interest and help get you placed in the best area for you. All right, so now we'll see if there's any questions that anyone has in the chat. I know I did see one at one point that Sean, thank you for answering and reaching out. I don't see anything yet, but we'll give it a second. Ashley, we're so excited to have you join. We love your enthusiasm. All right, if there's no questions, I'm gonna say there aren't. All right, if you do have any additional questions about volunteering opportunities, you can always reach out to me directly. My email is on the screen, and please, I would love to hear from you and would love to help get you connected where you need to be.
Laurel?
So, thank you. Yes,
Can
please.
I ask them a quick question, them being the audience? So thank you
Go
all
for it.
for attending. I'm just curious, we've covered a lot of ground, different areas, membership, committees, education. If you were to participate in any of these ways of getting more involved in CFMA, what might they be? Is there something that you could just list in the chat that would give us an idea of what's speaking to you? What are you passionate about? All of them. Benchmarker, that's excellent. Tech and data, tax and legislative. We got room for you guys. We really do.
Absolutely.
I wanted to make a suggestion too, Elizabeth. I think it's okay to do this. You could probably, try out a meeting. I've done this with the webinar subcommittee. I've allowed people to join maybe for 2 sessions just to see if it's for them without making that full commitment. And I want to say like 99% of the people end up staying.
That's an excellent suggestion, Sue.
Mm. Great
And
feedback coming in.
Yeah, I see benchmarking, specialty trades. This is wonderful.
I'll definitely take all your names from the chat too and pass them around to the appropriate people to help get you started.
Laurel, I saw a question in here so that someone was looking for a local opportunity. If you're looking to get in touch with a local chapter and you need assistance with that, you can reach out to me and I'll be happy to help.
Thank you, Sean.
And I would be remiss if I didn't make a shameless plug for the conference. And particularly the financial storytelling and practice and polish your presentation skills workshops that will be on the weekend.
All right. Thank you all for attending. Thank you for your participation. We really appreciate hearing about it. Elizabeth, you want to give dates for those 2 sessions, or you can reach out to her?
They would be on the weekends because they're 4-hour workshops. So they would be Saturday and or Sunday.
At the during the conference.
Yes.
The agenda is
May
also
30th
on the
and
website.
31st. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, the conference agenda is also available on the website.
Yes, Linda, give us, you could send an email to education@cfma.org. I'll be happy to talk with you.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Hopefully we'll hear from those of you that we didn't get a chance to hear from. For those of you we did, we will definitely be in touch. Make sure you hit up the website to see what opportunities there are, and have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye,
everybody.
thank you.
So.
Be well.